the guilt would eat at me. I just don't get, why do you want to be married if you're cheating on your partner? Why do you want to be married? Hi guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Storytime Society. I'm your host Jamie and I'm so happy you're here. I'm so glad you're alive. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. The theme for today's episode is cheating stories. Cheating stories is like just a staple to address the elephant in the room. Guys, my set, I just got so much new stuff to make this a fun little set so that you and I can enjoy story time even more. I'm really excited about it. So let me know what you guys think, okay? Let's get right into the stories. The title of the first story is My Girlfriend is 5 months pregnant. Found out it probably isn't mine. We've been together for 3 years. She recently moved into my apartment. About a week after she moved in, she told me she was pregnant. I was shocked because we were always careful. She doesn't like the pill because it causes her to have terrible mood swings. But we always use protection, and we've never had any scares in regards to it breaking. The shock quickly gave way to excitement. I've always known I wanted kids eventually, and even though this isn't the most perfect time because we're both still young, 24 years old, I was really happy, and she seemed to be too. I definitely went overboard with preparation. My wallet definitely isn't happy with me. I turned my gaming room into a nursery. I had my dream set up. I sold a lot of it and moved the minimum I actually needed to our bedroom in the corner. I bought a cot, a car seat, bought clothes, and painted the walls in the nursery. And I've been saving and working more hours to prepare. When I said I went overboard, I mean it. I definitely got overexcited. But about a week ago, my girlfriend's best friend messaged me saying we need to talk urgently. She called me and she told me that my girlfriend told her that she cheated on me and didn't use protection. And the timelines up perfectly with her pregnancy. I obviously didn't believe her at first, but she was adamant that my girlfriend told her exactly what she just told me. She said there was no way she was keeping this from me, even if she is my girlfriend's best friend. I asked my girlfriend, and I didn't want to explain the whole conversation because it's really long and personal, but she denied and denied it, then slipped up when I asked a question, and then she admitted it and broke down crying. I know she's pregnant, and I know there's still a tiny chance that it's mine, but I kicked her out. Probably shitty of me, but now she's at her parents'. We haven't spoken since, but she's been blowing up my phone. I need to speak with her eventually so she can get the rest of her stuff, but I really don't want to. She cheated on me and didn't say anything. And then she found out that she was pregnant and must have known straight away it almost definitely wasn't mine, and she continued to hide it for 5 months. She let me spend so much money on all of this stuff and get so excited, all the while she knew it wasn't mine. And the only way I found this out is because her friend had the decency to tell me. This is the saddest I've ever felt, ever. I lost my girlfriend and what I thought was my baby at the time. I've been trying not to cry and just keep going, but I can't. I can't even explain how I feel right now. I haven't told anyone yet because it's so embarrassing. I did all that shit for a kid that isn't even mine. I know I'll have to tell my family and friends eventually. I just want to tell someone. At least if I say it here, I won't be judged by people in my life. I mean, I don't think that you're going to be judged by people in your life. And if you are, then they can actually F off because clearly you're a good guy by the way that you aren't like even completely ready for a baby yet. And you still took your girlfriend and just like made it an exciting thing and did all this stuff. Like that shows your character and that shows that you're a good person. And that when it is time and you find the right person to have a baby with, you're going to be such a good dad. You're going to be such a good partner. So I would take that more as a win, honestly, to know that like at least you found out and you know that in the future when someone does get pregnant with your baby, you're going to be like positive about it. And it's going to be no matter what, you're going to have a positive outlook on it, even though this probably will scar you a little bit, I'm sure, and it's going to take a little bit of time to heal from. As far as the girlfriend, I don't understand why people lie about stuff like this as if they're never going to find out. It's either they find out now and you get to accept it, or 10 years, they raise this kid for 10 years, they find out, or, or maybe they never find out. I don't know, because I know that happens too, but it's just crazy to me to think that like, what, you are really okay having that big of a secret and hiding it for the rest of your life with this person if you were to like stay with this person for the rest of your life. And if you weren't, then, it would get so complicated. I just can't imagine, because if I like cheated on my partner, I would just have to break up with them because the guilt would eat at me. Like, guilt for such little tiny things even eats at me when it's just like not even that big of a deal. I just have such a guilty conscience that I know even if I loved my partner so much and I wanted to stay with them so badly, but I fucked up and I made a mistake and like cheated on them, it would end up being impossible for me to stay with them because I would not be able to keep it a secret. I would just be thinking about it every day. I'd be having nightmares about it. Okay, there's some of the comments. I'm so sorry about all of this. Don't forget to take a paternity test. So if it isn't yours, she can't pin the baby on you. OP said, I plan to. The chances it's mine, though, are minuscule, but still better to be sure. Get tested for STDs as well. Yeah, OP, please do this for your own mental well-being. Dude, you didn't do anything wrong. He has her parents to take her in, and you were lucky to find out sooner. My neighbor found out his daughter wasn't his when she was in her 50s, and that ruined him. The girl belonged to the doctor, his wife's boss, and the girl's godfather. Today he lives drunk and sad. He didn't break up, but he no longer has a life. Oh, that's awful. That's so sad. Any person, man or woman, who can betray you like this is utter garbage and completely undeserving of sympathy or loyalty. Walking away is the right response. She has her parents and the baby's father to raise her kid for the next 21 years. She made her bed. Let her sleep in it permanently. The title of the next story is, I, 23 female, am days away from giving birth, and my 37 male boyfriend just decided to tell me that he can't be at the birth because he's married. So first off, I know the age gap probably should have been a red flag, but I was stupid. We've been together for 2 years, but he lives in a different city. When I got pregnant, he said he was going to move to my city and we would move in together. He just needed to finalize some things with his ex-wife. He told me he was divorced when we met, and I never had any reason to question it. I knew that he had 2 kids with her as well. He told me the truth about that, just not that he wasn't divorced or even separated. So fast forward, I'm 39 weeks, and he suddenly got uncommunicative, which is less than ideal when you're literally about to give birth. Bear in mind that he was supposed to have been fully moved in here a month ago. He blamed COVID. Today I found out I'm going to be induced on Monday unless baby decides to come out over the weekend. So I contacted him and I was like, okay, so what's going on? And that's when he told me that he isn't actually separated or divorced. He never told his wife about anything, and now he felt like he was backed into a corner. I don't feel sorry for him for that because that's his own fault. But obviously, literally 4 days before giving birth isn't the time you want to get this news, and I have no idea what to do now. Tell him to F off, obviously, but what else? I feel like, I can take care of the baby, but I was preparing to have a partner to take care of it with me, you know? I don't even know what I'm asking for in terms of advice, but any advice moving forward and handling this is appreciated. Oh, that would suck so bad because I can't even imagine the hormones of being pregnant and like feeling just utterly disappointed because you're so excited. I'm sure you're thinking, oh, I'm having a baby with someone that I love. And then all of a sudden you get this news. Oh, that's my worst nightmare. No, thank you. And what's his plan is what I'd like to know. Is his plan to continue being like, I'm just confused. Is he gonna just go back and he's gonna be with his wife now, and then he's not gonna tell his wife that you're pregnant and that you just had a baby? Or is he gonna leave his wife and then he's gonna come move in with you? What's his plan? Like, that's what I need to know. Obviously you guys aren't gonna be together. It would be nice if he could help to take care of the baby still and you guys could like co-parent, because that's probably the best case scenario for, I know how bad that would suck to have to co-parent. As a mature adult that is having a child, it is the best decision to be able to civilly co-parent, even if you hate their guts so much. There is an edit. So there's 2 edits actually right here. Edit, thank you all. It seems like getting legal help is priority number 1. I'm just in shock right now. Like, I almost feel numb, but I really appreciate everyone for your help. I was really happy and looking forward to baby, and I just feel really sad right now, so I need to take a breather. Everything is ready for the baby, and I'm still excited to meet them, but Jesus. Edit 2. In addition to all kinds of weird comments, I'm getting all kinds of weird PMs, so I think I need to just take a deep breath, walk away, mindlessly binge watch something stupid for a while, and cry my face off tonight. I called around to a few family lawyers in my area, and the advice I got from posting here has been absolutely brilliant, but I'm running out of the sass/steam to deal with anything else that's happening here, so I'm just going to check out. I'm going to leave the legal business to the lawyers, pray that he didn't give me false information and I can actually find him, and try to remember how much I was looking forward to being a mom before all of this happened. I don't really care if people think it's fake or whatever, because I gained exactly nothing aside from the advice that I needed from making this post, and I gained exactly nothing from arguing. To everyone who shared their stories with me, thank you. Thank you so much. You feel like the dumbest effing person in the world when this happens to you, and knowing it happens to people all the time is a weird comfort, even when you wouldn't wish it on anybody. I don't think of myself as a trashy or generally stupid person, just a person who was blinded by love and naivety and has learned a really hard lesson a really hard way. I doubt anything of monumental concern will happen between now and Monday at my induction, but once baby is here, I will try to come back and let people know what's happening. The worst thing is like feeling stupid for something that you didn't even do. Like, it's not your fault, and you shouldn't feel stupid for that. When it's this man should feel stupid. He should feel real dumb. And there's an update. Let's read it. Update 1 week later. First things first, I had my healthy baby girl on Monday evening. We were discharged shortly after birth due to COVID, so I've been just trying to adjust to everything. Her birth was a dream, and I never want to do it again. LOL. Second, I talked to his wife for over an hour yesterday. I guess he decided to tell her. She wasn't mad at me, thank God. She'd had her suspicions, but was trying to trust her husband, which I understand. She was so nice, honestly, and even though she isn't angry at me, I still feel bad because she's such a nice lady. She wanted to make sure I was doing okay and that I didn't need anything, which made me cry because postpartum hormones are whack. She's getting a divorce from him. Good for her, to be honest. We are planning on meeting up and talking crap about him once the virus is over. I have a lawyer and will establish custody and child support legally ASAP. He hasn't bothered to contact me at all, but I don't particularly care. I didn't want to leave anyone hanging, though, even though it's not a huge update. Thank you, everyone who's checked in. It's meaned a lot. Also, I'm all set with everything baby needs, with things being as they are. Consider donating to a local diaper/formula bank. Save your money for awards to this post too and put it towards that. Help babies and mamas who don't have the resources that I do. Okay, one of the comments says, out of curiosity, did she reach out to you? Did your ex give her your number? And Opie said he refused, so she went through his phone to find me. She's a petty badass and I love her. That was a far better outcome than I expected. I hope a friendship between the two of you blossoms and the siblings can get to know each other. Don't be surprised if she does step back, though. This must be incredibly hard for her. Although it wasn't your fault, you will always be a reminder that her husband cheated and her marriage is over. Opie said, oh, absolutely. She will need time to grieve. I want to support her in any way that I can, even if it means us stepping away from each other. She's a great lady who ended up in a shitty situation. If you want extra content weekly, head over to patreon.com/storytimesociety and become a member on there for extra content. Love you. If that were me, if I were that, like the married lady, I would be confiding in her a little too much, to the point where I think it would get unhealthy, because obviously this is so different because it's a marriage and it's like something as that serious, but to relate it to like one of my breakups, I always would want to talk to someone who just like understood where I was coming from. That would be so nice to have someone to talk to who fully understood what you were dealing with, like the person that you were dealing with and just the details of it all. And I would definitely be a little bit codependent on that person because I would just want to confide in them so much. And I'm sure that she would also want to confide in the married woman too, but obviously it's different because it's like that sucks for the married woman because that's just like her whole entire life. She has, well, I don't know her whole entire life, but she's obviously been married to him for a while, and that is such a huge shock. Some of the comments: kiddo is now kindergarten age. I hope they're both happy, healthy, and thriving, and draining that cheating asshole dry financially. I hope they're in the US where 3 kids are actually going to drain him. Here in Germany, it's sadly more humane to POS guys like this guy here. Know a guy through my parents who has 13 kids with like 8 exes and is only now somewhat financially struggling. I really like how social Germany and its systems are, but sadly those systems will always be abused like scum, like this, making more than 20 people unhappy at the same time. I really hope someday karma comes for these people. I hate how our globe has basically 2 options. The state will care for you, but also about an asshole, or everyone besides rich people can just be in debt due to medical problems. We really need an in-between, but as seen with politics, people mostly gravitate towards loud extremes instead of being more moderate. Are you kidding? 13 kids with 8 exes. That kind of sounds familiar. One of, not my relatives, but one of my, I guess he's my stepbrother, but not really. Because, like, I don't really know him. I've met him a couple times. He has, like, oh my God, he has so many kids. It's crazy. He has probably 8 kids with, like, 5 different women. Not to mention that those kids were all born from, like, when he was probably 18 to 22. I'm not kidding. It was crazy. It was crazy how many girls he got pregnant in this short amount of time. And then I think one of them was pregnant with twins. And oh my gosh, that's my worst nightmare. And I feel so bad for the women that have to be on the other side of that situation, because it's just awful. What are you going to do? This person says Elon Musk moved from California to Texas because they have laws that strictly limit child support payments. He's the world's richest man and isn't required to pay more than about $2,500 a month for any of his 12 kids. Imagine being worth $100 billion and only paying $30,000 a month in child support. But didn't he just pay off his recent baby mama? Okay, so this is the claim. Elon Musk claims to have paid Ashley St. Clair $2.5 million and provides an additional $500,000 per year for her child, according to... Per year? Girl, how about per month? According to a post on X. However, reports also indicate that a $15 million offer was made to Ashley to keep the matter quiet, including a $50 million upfront payment and a yearly sum, according to a YouTube video. Ooh. Musk has stated he doesn't know if the child is his, but is willing to explore paternity testing. Okay. I hate this man so much, but I'm sorry. I mean, obviously it's her decision, but me personally, I would be like, give me that $50 million and I would rather no one know that you were my baby daddy, because you're embarrassing. I don't really want anyone to know that, actually, because you're scary and disgusting. But $500K a year is not nearly enough to be paid. I was thinking $500K per month or per minute, actually, to put up with that person. The title of the next story is: My 32 male wife's 30 female friend cheated on her fiancé at her bachelorette party. My wife doesn't think it's that big of a deal. Help. A few weeks ago, my wife went away to Miami for one of her best friend's bachelorette parties. After she got back, I overheard a conversation between my wife and another one of her friends that she was also at the bachelorette party. Long story short, the bride-to-be cheated on her fiancé while she was there. She met a guy at a club, took him back to her hotel room, and they had sex. I was shocked. To me, this was a big deal. The wedding is in a few weeks, but my wife didn't think it was that big of a deal. She said she shouldn't have done it, but it was just sex with a guy she'd never see again. Just one last fling before her friend settled down. Nothing to call off a wedding for. I could not believe what I was hearing, and my thoughts immediately turned to my wife's own bachelorette party. She went to Vegas for the weekend with the same group. If she didn't think it was a big deal, did she hook up with someone while she was there? She swore on the life of our daughter that she didn't. She admitted to dancing and flirting, but nothing more. This led to a larger conversation on her thoughts on emotionless sex. Another shocker was that she admitted that if I was the type of guy that would be okay with her sleeping with other guys, she would probably do it. She knows I wouldn't be okay with it, so she's never brought it up. She again said that sex isn't love and that she's always been able to sleep with men and not get attached. Her friend thinks the same way. Now, I'm not thinking about divorce, but I feel like my entire world has been turned upside down. What does everyone else think? Edit, I wanted to add one more thing that gives a little more insight into her thinking. She mentioned that if I had an affair that was purely physical, she would be able to forgive me. But if it was emotional, then it would be over. I'm the complete opposite. If my wife had an emotional affair, I'd see this as something I could fix. I don't know if that is just a guy thing or not. First of all, I don't understand, and I'll never understand why people think that your bachelorette party or your bachelor party is like one more time being single, one more time before you're tied down. No, you are tied down. I fear an engagement is tying you down. And if you don't think that, then you obviously don't really think relationships mean that much until it's a marriage, which is crazy to me. And I cannot relate, because I think even unless I specifically told my soon-to-be husband, hey, we, on our bachelor and bachelorette parties, we can do whatever we want. Like, you can sleep with someone, which I would never. But I understand that some people might have those boundaries set with their significant others because everyone's different with their relationships, okay? For me, you better not even dance or flirt with anyone, okay? Her saying she admitted to dancing and flirting but nothing more. Why are you dancing and flirting when you're on a bachelorette party to celebrate getting married to me soon? That makes no sense to me. If my boyfriend came home and was like, yeah, I was dancing with girls and flirting with them, I'd be like, oh, so bye, we're not getting married then, canceling the wedding, and call your family and tell them that we're done. That's one way to prove that you're not ready for a marriage to me. That's one way to prove that you aren't ready for me to be married to you. If you want to do that stuff, be single. Be single. What is happening? This person said, one last fling. I'd be asking, were there others? Why ask? Do you actually think she would be honest without being confronted with proof? Not even a little bit. OP tipped his hand on finding out, though. If he approached it as feeding the same sentiment about emotionless sex, he might have gotten an admission out of his wife. About the emotional affair / physical affair, both are just as bad to me. I think an affair, if you're having an affair, and I don't care if it's an emotional, physical, mental, spiritual. I don't care what kind of fucking affair it is. If the word in it is affair, you're having an affair and I'm leaving you. It's such a ridiculous concept nowadays. If you're getting married, you usually have already been living the married life for years. If I were in OP's shoes, I'll make her tell her friend's fiancé with me present there. This would serve two purposes. Number one, the guy would have a chance to make an informed decision. And two, her own shenanigans would be revealed, if any. The title of the next story is... My 32 female husband, 36 male, has been cheating on me with his friend's wife. How do I get out of this without hurting people that don't deserve it? So for 2 years now, I've been suspicious of my husband and I've slowly been realizing what's going on. He has this friend and colleague he met when he managed his first construction project over a decade ago, but they became close over the last 2 to 3 years, which is how long I suspect he's been cheating. He started hanging out with the dude and his wife all of the time. Then we would start running into her all the time on the street. Whenever we would go somewhere, she would magically and randomly pop up. Then I caught her at his office, said she was leaving something from her husband. One time my husband kicked me out of his office as he was so busy with his clients, but I suspected that she was there instead. A few months ago, I found a receipt for a $2,000 necklace. He insists his mom accidentally dropped it or that maybe we brought it on our shoes as it was ripped and dirty. But when I looked up the piece at the jeweler's Instagram, I found it was the same piece she had on in one of her posts. He insists I'm crazy and trying to chase away a woman that's an amazing friend to us, but I'm not crazy. The thing is, I don't know how to proceed. She has children and we don't. I don't know if I should just divorce my husband or if I should let the story be known as he's currently making up things about me to people. I really feel bad about affecting the lives of the kids. As for my husband, I want a fair trade 50-50, but he wants to take more than me in the divorce if it happens. The thing is, I'm not a housewife. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I paid for 2 of our 3 cars, and my parents paid for our house as a gift. They also invested in his business, and now he wants to leave me with nothing. I don't know if I should do the same to him. I'm lost. What do I do? Ooh, you divorce him, and I don't really know how he's going to take everything for you, but hopefully a lawyer, obviously I'm not a lawyer, so I can't really say, but I would probably talk to a lawyer about that. I mean, 100% I would talk to a lawyer about that and see what your rights are and see how you can amicably split with 50-50 is a great deal. Okay. 50-50 is a great deal when, in my opinion, from seeing her story, you should get 25% or she should leave you with nothing. But 50-50 when she has also worked and isn't, I mean, even if she was a housewife, I still think she would deserve 50-50 because that's just a different type of job. But she's bought 2 out of 3 of your cars. The house is technically hers because her parents paid for it and her parents invested in your business. So I'm kind of confused why you're trying to push the limits here when you actually deserve nothing. And also you're cheating, even though you're never going to admit it. Unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe he will admit it. I wish that it was just always no matter what you do, if you're married, I wish that if you cheated or if there's any infidelity, I wish that no matter what, as long as you can prove it, the person that cheated gets nothing, unless the that partner is nice and decides to split it 50-50, but I really wish that was the case, so that like not, because obviously not everyone does prenups, because some people just don't believe in it. Some people think that it's like a bad omen or whatever, and so some people don't do that. So I wish that it was just like embedded in the law. If you cheat and you're married, you get nothing, okay? Because maybe then you would actually just have the balls to divorce your partner rather than cheating on them. Ugh. I just don't get, why do you want to be married if you're cheating on your partner? Why do you want to be married? Why don't you just get a divorce so that then you can go be single and you can have sex with other women? Some of the comments, the top comment says, okay, take a deep breath, go see a divorce lawyer, let them lay a plan out for you. Don't bother about her husband, their kids. It's likely that she and him already have her husband believing some horrible story about you anyway, and all trying to change that is going to do is make you feel worse. After you leave your husband, his affair will come to light, and that's not on you. Nobody cares that he wants you to leave with nothing. That's why you get your own lawyer. Let them fight for you. Have you told your parents yet? Do you need our help doing that? We're here for you, OP. What does that mean? Do you need our help doing that? You're going to tell her parents for her? Do you need our help? I will message your parents right now and tell them what's happening in your life. Okay, and don't be too hasty to offer him 50-50. It might turn out that the house and parts of the business belong to OP given the money trail. One important point, your parents paid for the house as a gift to just you, OP, not a joint gift. I would tell the husband of the other woman, by the way, you'd want to know if it were you, but you can wait until you've handled your business first and get divorced. I think to wait to reveal the affair, because in the breakup, people don't know what to think with all the accusations flying. But after all the divorce stuff is over and you have court papers and printouts of sworn depositions, it's a whole other story. Lies can only hide in the shadows for so long. Eventually, the sun shines everywhere. Yeah, don't tip anything off until the divorce is done. And he has more incentive to be cooperative in the divorce if he thinks he could still blow up his friendship with AP's husband. That's so true. Exactly, OP. He cheats on you and thinks he has the right to get more than 50-50. Let the games begin. Go and consult every lawyer so he can't get one. And gather all the important documents and evidence about the account and the payments for the cars and house, etc., etc. Your husband and AP decided to hurt you and her family and to destroy 2 marriages. You don't protect anyone, just the 2 cheaters. If you don't be clear and open about their affair, don't protect them. He already started the fight with telling the people lies about you. I am just so, it's crazy to me that this man thinks that like he deserves to get more when he's the one cheating, but obviously like he's not admitting it, so it's different because that's his way of making it seem like he's telling the truth. Probably he insists that you're crazy and trying to chase away a woman that's an amazing friend to us, but I'm not crazy. The thing is, I don't know how to proceed. Yeah, you're not crazy, and him saying that is just an admission of guilt to me. Storytime Society is now available on all listening platforms. If you are on any of those listening platforms, I would really appreciate it if you rated me 5 stars. Thanks for all the support. Well, that is the end of the Storytime segment. We're going to move on to the advice segment. So there's a Google form in the description below, and if you guys ever want unprofessional advice from me, I always try to help as much as possible, as much as I can with whatever I have to offer. You can submit in the Google form and just give me as much information as possible. This says, I, 19 male, caught my boyfriend of 4 years, 20 male, on hookup apps. Hi, Jamie. I posted a few weeks ago on here about catching my boyfriend pleasuring himself to content on his phone. Here's a loose update to that. After walking in on him jerking off to his phone earlier this month, I assumed he was dealing with a porn addiction. We agreed to get counseling, and a therapist had been wanting to schedule something with him just last week. I don't know why I was so curious, but the thought of him lying to me like he had done for quite some time when I caught him with his phone before admitting to jerking off in the bathroom when I was sleeping most nights was eating away at me, and I went on his computer just to check if he was being truthful. Well, yesterday I ended up finding a throwaway Gmail account he had logged in, which had emails pertaining to 2 hookup apps. I looked through the messages, all of it, created December 2024 and last used early April, which is likely what I caught him pleasuring himself to. asking both men and women for pictures, to meet up, chatting sexually. I was destroyed and ended up calling his mom later that night to get it off my chest. She was disappointed in him and helped me quite a bit. She had been cheated on in the past, also notified me that I should get checked for anything, which I hadn't even considered. I confronted him when he came back to our dorm, and he very adamantly denied it for 4 hours. We were up until 2 a.m., yelling at me, begging, crying, and getting in my face, demanding what proof I had. I was shocked. Despite taking pictures of all I found, I wanted him to admit it. I feel that he was just trying to gauge how much I knew to avoid letting anything extra slip. When I started mentioning more specifics, he eventually confessed to talking to a few people when he thought we would break up. His mom later texted me saying he told her it was only flirting and not physical, as well as reiterating that he only did it when we were arguing. She didn't excuse any of his actions, but it is clear that she wants us to have space and then for me to consider staying with him if he gets counseling. I have mixed feelings and have talked to quite a few family members and friends. I love him and already feel somewhat prepared for a similar path of healing due to believing that he had a corn addiction that I was going to help him with. I could consider taking space until the end of the semester. We dorm together and plan to spend the summer together as well, and then rekindling. I could do the hard work, be cautious, and be aware of if things are not moving forward, in which that case I could leave. I think that's where my heart is, but my sister told me something valuable, to be stronger than what my heart is telling me. He cheated on me, lied for hours, destroyed my confidence, made me feel for months that my body was unattractive to him. With his actions, not words. After the semester ends, I simply could go home. There isn't enough time to apply for internships I would have wanted without our summer plans, but I could get a job back home, save my money for my loans, get a tattoo like I wanted, make new friends, and come back to school very changed, very single, and hopefully more confident. I'm really not sure. I love him, and it's more than just our 4 years together that matters. He has apologized profusely and wants to fix it if I let him. I think before I even start thinking about any of that, I will make sure he has counseling and can work out what he wants to do. I'm lost and broken and just trying to survive the last of the semester. Any insight or experience would be highly valued. I'm going to give you a little bit of tough love here and say that I understand completely being you love this person. There's really no option, like none of these options are going to lead to your happiness other than the one of you going your separate way and going home, getting a job, making new friends, being single, experiencing life without this person. Because not only is what he did really messed up, and I don't care if it was physical or not, it doesn't matter. It's also the way that he lied to you about it, blaming it on, making a whole other situation about it and saying that he was going to go to counseling for his corn addiction and all of that. And he was just willing to sweep it under the rug like that and just like being totally fine with you thinking that it was a corn addiction and not him actually cheating on you. Because even if it's not physical, that's still cheating. Flirting and sending pictures and being on hookup or dating apps, that's all cheating. This guy is not worth your time. And I promise you, the way that you're feeling not confident is all because of him. It's not anything to do with you. Once you get out of your relationship and you start to do the healing and you start to do the work and you focus on yourself and you go home, you get a job, be with friends, and you focus on other things other than him, your confidence is going to skyrocket. And I promise you, you're going to end up realizing that you are so glad you stopped wasting your time on that person, because this guy is not someone that deserves any of your time, regardless of his apologies. It does not matter. The apologies mean nothing when what he did to you and what it took for him to finally admit. I don't even know if he's truly admitting all that he did in the first place, because first he admitted that he was having an addiction or whatever, and then now he's admitting that it's just flirting or whatever. Can you really trust him, and could you ever really trust him again? And obviously, I say this to you as a person just giving you advice, and you are going to do what you think is right. And sometimes you have to figure it out on your own. And sometimes you really do have to go through an experience to learn from it yourself. And it's hard to take advice sometimes you have to keep going back until you hate them, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's hard to make yourself be strong enough to leave someone because you love them and you think that you can work through things. But I just want to say that it's not your responsibility to get him help or get him counseling or get him whatever. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself, frankly, and it's your responsibility to make the right decisions for yourself, lead yourself on the right path, to healing and then eventually learning from that relationship and figuring out what it is that you want in a relationship. Hopefully learn that that kind of behavior and that kind of treatment from someone isn't something that you would ever want or accept again in your life. And so that you can be in a healthy relationship one day. And you're so young, so like you don't need to think about that, but think about how if you did stay with this person, and imagine you staying with this person for the next 10, 20, or even the rest of your life. Imagine if you're feeling this way now, 4 years in and only 19 years old. Then imagine how you're going to feel when you're 29 years old and you let this person stay in your life no matter what, even though what they did to you was so messed up. You're going to regret that, and you're going to regret accepting that kind of treatment from someone, and you're going to regret not breaking up with this person. You're going to really regret staying in a relationship that is this toxic when you could have ended it and been so much happier and then ended up finding someone better in the future. I don't want you to like focus on the fact that, you know, you'll find someone better in the future, because that's obviously a really hard thing to focus on when you're just thinking about getting out of a relationship. What you should be focusing on is your confidence within yourself and building yourself up again, feeling better about yourself. He just isn't it. He is not it. And I really don't want this for you. I really want so much better for you. And I really wish that so badly you could like look into the future and see how this isn't a good relationship for you, and how if you do break up with him, you're going to be so much happier in the future. This person is not meant for you. He has a lot of work and healing to do on his own, and that's his own responsibility. And maybe he never does the work, and maybe he never heals, and maybe he ends up hurting 20 more people in relationships, but that's not your responsibility. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself at this point. And there's really nothing that you can do to change someone or change their behaviors. So I just really hope that you don't get back together with him, or you don't end up staying with him. And please don't listen to his mom. Like, his mom wants what's best for him. His mom wants not what's best for you. His mom wants what's best for him. This is her child. It's her baby. She's thinking what's best for him. She's seeing him hurting, and she's not going to be on your side. Of course she's nice to you, and of course, you know, you're venting to her about it, and she can talk through it with you, but she's not looking out for your best interest. She's going to look out for her son's best interest, and that's just that. It's going to be hard in the beginning, but it will get better. You will be so much better off without him. This is something I'm so passionate about. I wish I could like be there in person with you to tell you not to stay with this man. I love you so much, and thank you for submitting that. Thanks for the update. Of course, I'm really hope that helped in any way possible, and obviously I want more updates from you so that I can know what happens. I'm like literally gonna be thinking about this for the next week. See the worth in yourself and walk away from that situation. But anyways, Guys, I think I'm sick or something. I don't know. Also, I'm going to just like chat with you guys now. This is the chat with me segment, chit chat. So if you don't want to listen to me chit chat, then you can exit out now. And I hope you enjoyed the story time. Oh, also, I already obviously said in the beginning about my set, but let me know what you guys think about my set, guys, because I feel like it's cute. I feel like I did kind of a good job, and I really wanted a leopard chair, but I already had this red chair, and I was like, ugh, I couldn't find the look of the leopard chair that I really wanted, and they were so expensive. Like, tell me why a leopard chair was like $1,000. I'm like, I'm not spending $1,000. So I bought this blanket, okay, from Amazon for like $13, and I'm just laying it over it, and I feel like it looks good. I mean, you can see the red right here, but that's because I'm sitting on the blanket and it's like falling down. I'm also ordering a new light. Like, if you see this little purple light over here in the back, it's just like a sunset lamp. I don't know. I thought that it would be fine for like backlight, because I really wanted some, I could do finger puppets. I really wanted some backlight, and I ordered 2 different things, and neither of them, this one or the other thing, is working out. So I got something else to try, and we're going to see how that works. But I'm returning this and the other light. But I really want some backlight, because I feel like it will just be cute. But I'm really excited, and I'm so excited I get to use this microphone again. You guys, I can't even tell you how excited I am about this set. And I just feel like this is like a new era. It's just like the next step up, the next level of the podcast, of the story time. Also, I did want to say, every single time someone posts on TikTok, they'll be like, who's your favorite comfort YouTuber or your favorite comfort like creator, or what podcasts you listen to, and like wanting suggestions. You guys will tag me, and even if it's just like 2 tags in the video, I'm not kidding you, the way that I literally almost pooped my pants, because I'm like, that's the nicest, sweetest thing I've ever heard anyone say in my life. Like, tagging me in that on TikTok too. It's just like, I don't know, it means so much to me every time I see that. I'm like, you guys, stop, are you kidding? But today someone tagged me, and actually 2 people tagged me in the same TikTok within like a couple hours of each other. But one of them was like, tagged me and said that I was like their favorite comfort YouTuber right now, but they really wished that I posted more stuff about myself and not just Reddit. And that's also the biggest compliment ever. And I'm trying to start posting more about myself. I don't know though. It's hard because obviously like my Reddit TikTok, just my TikTok is mostly Reddit. So like a lot of people go there to listen to Reddit stories and stuff, and not everyone wants to hear from like about my personal stuff. So obviously my personal TikToks that I post on there typically don't end up doing that well. Like maybe once in a while they will end up doing well depending on what I post, but I'm still wanting to like post more personal stuff. And obviously you guys know that I have that YouTube channel that I post personal stuff on, that I'm trying to start posting more on. Maybe now that I have this set, I'll start doing like a little mini podcast just about like chit chatting on there sometimes. And I really want to buy a G7X. I've actually always wanted one, because I went even like in high school, or like the beginning of college, I don't know, like 2016 era, I really wanted to vlog so bad, but like I was so poor that I could not afford that camera. So I bought like this other dang like shitty ass camera, okay? It was so bad, and I ended up returning it because there was no way. The vlogs, I was trying to make a vlog on it, and my skin was just like red. It was so bad. So I returned it, but I really, I don't know, it's going to be a little bit because I don't like making huge purchases. I will end up buying a G7X soon so that I can start posting more personal vlogs on that account. There's always so much stuff I want to do, but obviously right now my main focus is this. I don't get these comments a lot, but I recently got one that was like, first and last time I watch you, because why were you going on and on about so much stuff in after every single story? I'm like, girl, immediately I blocked her because I'm not an AI robot. If you want to listen to an AI robot read Reddit stories, go listen to an AI robot read Reddit stories. Like, there are accounts where you can listen to just AI robots who aren't humans and who have no personality or no opinions to make, that you can listen to on YouTube. So why are you clicking on like a video of a person that clearly, I'm a person. I have opinions. I have things that I want to say, and I'm going to say them. If you feel some type of way about that, the fact that you had to let me know too is so funny. It's so funny when someone like lets me know that, like, thank you so much for commenting that, I guess. I mean, I'm not, just because you commented that I'm talking about stuff, I'm not going to stop talking about stuff because of that comment. I'm going to keep doing that, actually, because the people that care about what I have to say are the people that I want to keep watching. I don't want you to keep watching if you don't care about what I have to say, you know? That's not the audience that I want to build. I don't want to build an audience that just expects me to be an AI robot, so. But I just think that's so funny. Bye. You can go to the next channel. You don't have to leave. But, of course, you have to leave a comment. But that's why I don't start my videos with chit chats anymore. And I save it for the end, because then, if you're a real one, you'll stay till the end. Or if you're not, then you can just listen to the first, whatever the stories that I tell, and then exit out after I'm done telling the stories. I was saying that I feel like I'm sick because yesterday I did stay up kind of late this weekend, Friday and Saturday, but I also have a really bad sore throat, so I feel like I am kind of getting sick. But yesterday I fell asleep on Jack, me and Willa. It was so cute. We were watching a show and Willa came up and was like cuddling with us, and she was laying on Jack's stomach and I was laying on Jack's chest while we were watching a show. She fell asleep and then I fell asleep, and we fell asleep both for like an hour. And then I got up when I woke up, and then I went into the bed, and she came in the bed right when I got into the bed to take a nap again because I was not done napping. And then we took another hour nap in the bed. And then I went to bed at 10 p.m. last night, and I woke up, guys, at 10 a.m. this morning, which is wild. I never sleep in that late. I was just so tired. I could not help it. And I texted my friend. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm like sick, and I'm also really tired. I slept so much. And then she was like, are you going to start your period soon? I was like, wait, yeah, I am. Is that why? Am I just like super tired because I'm about to start my period or what? Because I've never really experienced that before, but okay. But anyways, I'm so excited for this new era. This new era that's literally just like a new set, but still, it's so fun. I'm so excited about it. So happy I don't have to hold anything in my hands. You guys have no idea how excited I am. I don't have to hold anything in my hands. Like, I don't know. It's such like a different feeling. I could sit here for hours and film because I'm just talking, like I'm sitting and talking. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but for some reason, now that I don't have that or anything to hold in my hands, I feel so free. I feel so free. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Let me know what you thought about the stories we talked about. Let me know what you think about the new set, please. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.